Hello? Oh, there we go. Hi.
Hi,
Hi, how are you today?
yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Uh, oh, good, good. Can you hear and see me okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. I think it's our first time chatting. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Prem Sagar.
Nice to meet you officially. I'm Sass. I'm in Canada. What about you?
Yeah, I'm Prem Sagar. I'm from India. I'm living in southern part of India. My state is Karnataka.
Oh, nice. What city are you in?
Yeah, my city is it's a small city, like it's called Bidar.
Oh, nice. Is there anything famous about your city, or is it kind of a small, cozy town?
Yeah, it's not a big city. It's a small city,
Nice,
and
nice.
I think our capital city, my state capital city is Bangalore. I think you have heard it.
Okay, yep.
It's a Silicon City of India. It's called like Silicon City of India, Bangalore. It's a
Ah,
our capital city, and it's very natural, and it's garden city, and
oh, cool.
it's very greenery. Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. Do you work
Yeah.
there or do you work in your city?
Often I visit there because my head office is there. I'm working as a tribal welfare officer in my city. I'm a
Oh,
district level officer. I work for tribe people here.
for what people?
Tribe people, tribal
Oh,
tribe people.
like indigenous? Do you mean?
Means, like earlier they were lived in forest. Now they uh, come out of the forest, and they are living in countryside, and like they are now mingle to people, to other people, and
Oh, wow.
uh, yeah, once they were living in forest, and now they are living in cities and villages. So we are helping them, uh, helping them to come out from the they are lag behind in education and all those things. Means all those, like they are living in their appearance, their language, and their culture, everything is different from us, and they are lag behind in education and all those facilities that from our department we facilitate them, like houses, pure drinking water, and roads, and employment, education. We have institutions for them, for their kids education, and we provide them, even if they wanted to go to higher education, for abroad education, even we provide them from our
Y-
department, and we are giving them scholarship, hostels, and trainings.
Oh, good, good. Oh, that's so important.
Yeah,
Um, oh, I really, really love that you're doing that because yeah, it can be very difficult and they're basically starting from nothing, right? So it can be very hard if you've never had anyone teach you things like,
yeah,
you know, uh, I used to work with kids that didn't have parents. So I would teach them how to rent apartments. So,
no, yeah, the people that 70 years back they came here, they settled in our city, and around our city, around in our city, and even some other places also in village level also they are settled down there. They were migrated from other places, so from central part of India. They they came here, northern part of southern part of here. Sorry, and here, yeah. So 60, 70 years back, they came here and settled here, and they moved one place to another place in here in city also, and finally they settled in one street. They have their own colony now,
mhm.
and we have provided a lot of basic facilities for them, and slowly they grown up, they're developing, and they are becoming educated. Yeah, they are going good now.
Yeah, education is key. That's what we would teach our kids was like financial literacy, like basic
Yes, yes,
financial literacy and stuff. It was very important. And yeah,
Yes,
my specialty was I got to teach them about renting apartments. So I would talk to them all about that. And yeah, it
okay.
was very important because if you don't have parents, like, how do you learn this stuff? Or if you don't have parents to show you that. So I can appreciate what you're doing. It's kind of similar. Um, do you do you work with all ages, like
Yeah, we
adults, kids, old
like
people?
all ages, like all ages, whatever we find out the problems in, often we visit the areas and
Oh, good.
what yeah, we have such schemes like education schemes and housing schemes and employment schemes, like all those schemes we working with them that who are needy, that we provide them, that we have like such limited options are there, means limited schemes are there, and it's a department like central government and state government are working with those people, and I'm working under the state government sector, and I am a district level officer. We have block level officers and ground level staff is there. We work with them. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Oh, that's so good. That's very, very important. Do you have to teach them like your language
No,
as well?
yeah, we have like institutions, like we have hostels. They are staying in hostels and they go to the other school and colleges. Even we have residential schools like from 6th to 12th grade, 6th grade to 12th grade. We have teaching in those institutions in English medium. They are learning English. English they are going to, means we have residential schools that for tribe people. We have 5 to 6 residential schools are here, and in other institutions also we give them admissions, and even in colleges also we try to help them to take admissions, and we give them scholarship and prize money and
Help them
hostels.
apply? Hmm.
Yes, yes,
Oh, yeah, it's very, very important. It's education really is key. If people don't have access to these things, they won't be
yes.
able to get further in life. So yeah, it's very nice that you do that.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you? Oh,
it's
sorry.
main thing to get education to develop. So whatever the means what I think that whoever to want to come out of those difficulties or those backwardness, definitely the education is the only key to come out of those situations.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I totally agree. Um, it's really sad actually because I wish that more people had that understanding that you do to be able to help people because I always say this when I used to work with homeless people, if we just invested a little bit in programs that would help, it would take the burden off, like, society basically. It would help so much. You just have to give people the tools to be independent.
Yeah, that I think that Western countries are very rich countries, and that you are in your country also, that people are finding that homeless people are there true, like yes, in our country that some means that 10 to 20% people are here. They are living in poor condition, so it's different here. But those all have that houses. But in your countries are advanced countries, and your countries think so developed country. But in your country also, that people are living in homeless, like they are no they don't didn't have the shelters. So those kind of people also, I heard that those kind of people is also there in your country. Yeah, is it right?
Homelessness is so awful right now. That's part of why I was working with kids that didn't have parents to try to keep them off the streets. Um, so many, they've just made the cost of housing so expensive. And it's really sad because it's people in Canada. Um, and a lot of people will just try to say, oh, they're all drug addicts or they all did something wrong. And that's not true at all. Some of them just, they might not have a family, they might have lost their job. Um, in Canada, they've made it a law that employers can fire you at any time and they don't have to tell you why. So a lot of people lose their job and it's quite shocking to them. Um, then on top of it, We have kids or other people from other countries come over, and sometimes they've been told that our social system is really good. So they think that, oh, if I can't pay my rent, the government will pay it for me, or I could just get food, whatever. But that's not how it works. It's like, unfortunately, in order to get like welfare, you have to do a lot of, like, I don't know how to explain it, like jumping through hoops, we say, where they would ask to look at your banking, they would ask to get a letter from your landlord. They would need all of these things. You'd have to hit all these requirements in order to get social assistance. People with kids often get it quicker. And usually you sometimes have to wait more than a month. And if you're already desperate and hungry and can't pay your rent, and then you're already having to wait 2 months, by that time you've already lost your apartment or lost your, housing or whatever. So I try to be honest sometimes when people are moving to Canada that the social system is probably not as good as they've heard. Like, if I tried to call a homeless shelter tonight, there would be no beds available, especially because it's getting colder. Yeah. So all the homeless people, they end up going to the emergency rooms.
Yeah, it's very difficult in Canada it's very cold, and most of the part means northern part of it, it's very cold and it's very freezy. So in that condition, homeless people, so they are very their condition is very dangerous, I think.
They die. Yeah. It's
Mm.
weird. When I was a kid, I didn't see that many homeless people. And even 10 years ago, I didn't see that many homeless people. But now I see so many. And I've had a dog, so I always walk in the woods. And before I used to see animals and, all kinds of like deer and squirrels and stuff in the woods. But now I just see homeless camps and there's like no animals, there's just people. And it makes me mad because they always say, oh, like give the police more money. And then they end up giving, so instead of getting affordable housing, they pay police officers to come in at the end of winter to search the river and search the forest for dead bodies, which is just, it kills me. I seem to be one of the only people that's concerned. That's why I really appreciate your work, because I got very stressed out trying to convince people that a little bit of help goes a long way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely nowadays what happened that big companies like multinational companies, they are giving job opportunities, but finally what happened that some after that even economic crisis, when economic crisis will happen, that time they fire without giving any resistance, any reason. They will fire only in without reason, and in seconds they fired employers, so they
Yeah.
will become homeless.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, that people are thinking that in from India and Chinese, that all those Asian countries, that the employing system, and giving employing in Canada and US, it's good to go those countries like Canada and US. So a lot of people from Asian countries, they migrate, or they wanted to work in those countries like Canada and US and UK. So they will go there and they settle there, and without giving reason they fired one day. So they will become definitely homelessness without they don't have much security at that time, and I think they will become homelessness there.
It's really hard. Yeah. If you don't have, like, I don't know, a lot of money or a family to go back to, it can be very hard. Your only option really is homelessness. I I do really respect Finland. Finland came up with a really good program where they gave their homeless people housing, and it gave them hope and kind of took pressure off the homeless, or sorry, off the like taxpayers and stuff like that, because they didn't have to invest as much money in social programs. They just gave them affordable housing, and it also took crime off the street. Instead of like just having like one area where they all, would hang out together, it's like putting people in communities where they can thrive and, where they have access to things like a community center, a library, you know, that kind of stuff. Uh, Libraries
I
are
heard.
also very important.
Yes, yes. I heard that Finland is a very good country and it's a very cultured country, and even it's very that people are living with peace and yeah, definitely it's a peace and most satisfied country in the world. That Finland people that I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're always on the top of the happiness scale when it comes to like the happiest countries.
Yes,
I
yes.
So when I worked with homeless kids, someone showed me this infograph. Let's see if I can show you. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yeah, 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 I can see.
Okay. So it's one of the only countries where I've seen the numbers go down, not due to death. So yeah, they just had this crazy idea to give people housing, and then it really helped.
Okay.
I don't know why they're so good up there. Everyone needs to go to Finland. It's always like Finland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. They're always like the happiest places.
Okay.
But anyways, when you're not busy working, what do you like doing for fun?
Yeah, for fun, actually, since last 2 to 3 years, that whenever I get leisure in that time, I most of the time I watch family videos, recording videos to learn English, and I
Oh yeah.
read books. Yeah, I read books whenever I have time, and even surfing Google. So whenever I get time, that time I study more about English, reading or watching YouTube recordings like that. I
Oh,
utilize those time.
very, very smart. Yeah, yeah. Um, I also watched some Cambly videos before I joined because I wanted to make sure I would like it. And I'm on a few channels. Yeah, it's
O-
kind of cool. Uh,
Okay.
when you
Then before you become the tutor, and how was your preparation?
what what was my profession? Yeah. So
Preparation, preparation, yeah.
I worked in offices, so I was doing HR help. So do you know about human resources?
I know human resource. Yes.
Yeah, so I've had two jobs basically. Um, well, that's kind of like my two main ones I consider. So HR, where I helped with job interviews
Yes,
and when
HR.
people
Okay.
get hired. Yeah, but that was it. I didn't do any firing, nothing heavy. And then one of my friends knew that I had been doing legal work. So they were one of the people that had me come work for the homeless kids, where I would teach them about renting apartments and legal stuff, like about your legal responsibilities, credit score. So it's also like basic financial stuff as well.
Okay. So what means what you teach to homelessness? It means homeless childrens.
Yeah, so I would teach them about renting apartments and credit scores.
Okay.
And so we would talk about like basic finance. So kind of things like, you know, don't buy this phone yet until you have three payments saved up. So that way, if you ever lose your job, the rule of three, and try not to spend more than 30% of your income on rent. But I mean, nowadays it's a bit tough. Like most people would have to rent an apartment or something like that. we would talk about things like going to thrift stores and things that sometimes kids would have a bad opinion about. Um, do you know about thrift stores?
Okay,
They're like
okay,
second hand
okay, okay. Those are called crypt stores.
thrift. It's like
Hello.
already used thrift.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I know. But what is
Oh
the
yeah.
term? What is
Oh,
the term for
thrift. Yeah, thrift store. Can
thrift?
you
Thrift. Okay,
thrift?
okay.
Yeah.
Thrift.
So for example, this sweater is also thrift store.
Oh,
I always tell people you can find cool stuff there. You'd be surprised. And sometimes oh sorry. Sometimes like you find expensive stuff. So I got some really expensive dishes for cheap. And I also got
okay,
a very expensive jacket from the NBA for cheap, the Toronto Raptors.
okay. Means
So
those stores are different. Means the thrift stores are there. So outside that shop or stores, they keep signboards are there. Yeah.
what's that? Sorry.
Means outside those stores, they have signboards like these are thrift stores like that.
Oh yeah. Usually they will. Yep. Like
Yeah.
in Canada, we have a couple really big ones.
Mm.
Like there's Value Village, and there's a few like other big brands. And then I found
Okay.
these TikTokers because TikTok is popular with kids, right? And I was teaching teenagers, so I tried to use a lot of TikTokers or famous people. So I found this TikToker thing where they go to the thrift store and they'll
Okay.
find amazing things and they'll make it look cool or they'll show you how to wear it properly. So I showed them, it's not all old lady stuff. And even if you find something old lady, you can still make it cool. You don't have to spend lots of money. You can get good work clothes. It's okay to go to the thrift store. don't act like
Yeah.
it's beneath you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why it is these types of stores are famous there in your country, like in Canada and all those countries?
It's not that it's famous, but I was trying to save these kids as much money as possible.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah,
for homeless, yeah, homeless people, homeless kids.
yeah. So I was also teaching them things about credit cards, like credit
Okay.
cards and loans, like
Okay.
all this kinds of stuff, credit cards versus loans. So all that kind of stuff. So it was just like a little bit of financial like literacy. Not anything
Means
like accounting, but just finance.
work. Okay. Means what kind of kid? Means the age between like below 14 years or like.
They would be around 17 or 18 because in Canada, if you don't have parents, you usually will live in a foster home or the government will give you money for you to get an apartment, but then you're cut off at 18 and they just push you out on your own. And a lot of these people, my friend included, they were a kid and they were 18 and then just pushed out on their own. And they had no idea and they turned to loans and credit cards and they didn't know what they were doing or how to rent. So when my friend grew up, my friend created a program to help other kids like her.
Okay, that what is the reason that parents will push them to out of the home after 18 years? Why they keep their children's adults means after 18 years until they get the job? Why they didn't keep in their home? Why they push up?
Well,
Why
in
why
this case,
why
in this
push
case,
out?
every what?
Why they push out of the home to the means after 18?
Well, not all of them are pushed out. Some of them, the parents have died. like the parents are dead or something. So the kids don't have parents, so there's nowhere to go. So the
Okay,
government will give them some money to rent a little apartment by themselves.
okay, okay, okay. So government is giving them apartments. Though those who are means those parents are dead. So those kind of children they will get means rented apartments.
Yeah, and it doesn't just have to be their parents are dead. They could be drug addicts because drugs are very, very big in Canada. So sometimes,
Okay,
like my friend, for example, her mom was a drug addict. That's the person that started this whole program. She was a little girl, and her mom was a teenager and was addicted to drugs. So my friend used to live on the streets in a tent with her mom. So it's kind of, yeah, it's really sad. Like some people, like, reported my friend living with her mom. So then my friend got put into the government system. And then my friend's mom died after. So then she never got to see her mom again. But her mom was very into drugs, yeah, and alcohol.
so why? Yeah, that in every part of the world, that every part of the world, that yeah, there are people like drug addicts and drunk means drink addicts and a lot of other things. That for these yeah, there is a there is problems always that all region that I'm following Buddhism. In Buddhism, that we take every day that five oaths. Okay, so don't steal, don't take other stuffs or
Don't
things,
hurt people. Yeah,
don't hurt,
some kids are from abusive situations too. They might have an abusive parent.
don't kill animal or any type of live uh, things, and
Yeah,
don't do scandals like that, and don't tell lie anyone, and don't take drink alcoholic things and substances like that. So these are five means five uh, character build quotes we take every day, morning and evening, and it's good to build our character. Yeah,
they're good principles to live by.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So these are five principles that we each and every day we follow in Buddhism, and other Ashtanga Marga means eightfold paths are other eight principles are there. So uh,
The
good
other what?
means
Sorry?
yeah,
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the last part. The other what?
yeah, eightfold paths like that. Eightfold paths means eight ways to build up our life like
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay.
Uh, See good things, don't see means you see good things and do good things, and whatever you speak before speak, you once think about it, and good things you can hear good things, hear good means good words or sentences like that, and before doing any action, once you think about that action, what happened after doing that actions, like these type of eight actions are there, like means it's every day means like uh, eight paths means eight ways.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then so you would
This-
think about the consequences too of your behavior.
yes, 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 it's
Mhm.
totally yes, it's totally Buddhism is definitely it's a building to our character and building our lifestyle. So whatever we will do, whatever we are doing, that we do it with control and keep our mind and body and yeah, all those in control, and give concentration and understanding.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And definitely staying away from alcohol and drugs, especially when you're very young. I tell my students that, or when I was teaching my kids that too, I would tell them stay away from drugs and alcohol. Just
Yes.
focus on university and college. You
Yeah.
know,
Now we are running out of time. And how is my English?
Oh, it was nice to meet you today and keep up the good